Hi everyone, it's me Alna from twinsmommy.com and I'm here to do the email challenge for new people that are growing their email list for the first 100 subscribers. All right? Because I feel that for this year, 2019, is a great way to start growing your email list to help you grow your blog traffic and your income. Okay. So let me know if you're here. Drop a link. Tell me who you are. And if you're here and if you can hear me, I'd really appreciate it. And just to let you know that I'm recovering from a cold that I got, and now my twins have it. So my throat is a little scratchy. I'm sorry. I'm super excited to show you the process of setting up those freebies that people will want to download and want to sign up for, and then how you connect that to your blog. I'll show you the process that I go through, and the email service provider that I use is ConvertKit. It is a paid email service provider, but in the long run, if you invest in your blog early on, you will see the payoff a lot sooner. So I found that when I started using ConvertKit for Twins Mommy, about a few months after I started blogging. All right, everyone. So let's get to it. I'm just going to decide what I'm going to show you first. Okay. I think we're going to go and talk about creating a opt-in freebie. So let me show you. All right. Okay. So one of the easiest ways you can create an opt-in freebie is by using Google Slides. Now I use this for actually the goal setting planner. So I don't use slides for everything. It just depends on my mood for the day. And so I created the whole planner in slides. But I created my email list building challenge in Google Docs actually. So those are the two methods that I use. So if you're going to use Google Slides, excuse me. Oh, let me drink some water here. If you're going to be using Google Slides, all you need to do is you need to go to File and set the page setup here to 8.5 by 11. So let's get a new, let's start out with a brand new slide. All right, so go to blank, and then you can set your page setup as a standard 8.5 by 11. So we go to page setup, and you can go to custom, I believe. Yep, and then you can just type in 8.5 by 11. All right, so now you have the 8.5 by 11 freebie guide, because most guides are usually going to be like a small ebook or a checklist or some kind of resource guide, quick hacks, things like that. And those are the easiest things you can provide for your subscriber or for your audience to turn into subscribers, and it's highly convertible. One of the things that I mentioned in the email list challenge guide that I created for this challenge is another way to ramp up your email list is to provide a free course, but we'll walk through that later on during the weeks. But I think for a brand new blogger, creating a freebie guide is the easiest way. Now you can use Canva and other editing tools and stuff, but like I said, Google Slides seems to work well. You can actually link in this and then save it as a PDF, and it will hold those links. I'm pretty sure Canva does that, but I'm not quite sure. Since I find Canva a little bit more cumbersome, you have to do a lot of small things to make your freebie look really good versus slides. It's quite easy. So I thought for this freebie guide, what I want to think about is a quick solution to an eternal problem of your audience. Those are the most converting. So if I'm a mom blogger blogging about parenthood and motherhood, um, perhaps my audience are more toddler focused. So as a mom to a toddler, I'm going to be writing naturally right posts for that audience, because I have a toddler. So I'm going to be talking about, toddler activities and winter activities for your toddler and, picky eating for your toddlers. Those would be on my blog, right? But one topic that I noticed my blog readers enjoying was a post about potty training. All right. I looked at my Google Analytics and found that a lot of people were going to that post, or I found that I got a couple of comments and a lot of shares on Facebook for that post. So when you see something like that on your blog, then that's the best way to convert that into a freebie. Not the exact blog post, but the idea. So for this freebie, I thought maybe we can do like a potty training secret guide that you need to know. So my blog post would be the potty training secret guide, but the freebie would be, how to potty train your toddler in like 3 days or whatever method that you're using, in 2 days or whatever. Something that's valuable and that is a quick solution to some kind of eternal problem. All right, so this would be my guide. So you would just go and write, you would have the cover page. So potty training hack, how to potty train your toddler in 2 days. You can put in 2 days over the weekend, whatever you feel that is more converting, that would appeal to your audience. And of course, you would spend the time to make this fancy with your brand fonts and then adding a photo. I like to use Pexels. Pexels is a free place to find photos. So as long as you're using free photos, then you can place them on your freebies. So I believe I grabbed one here. So let's pretend that this is my picture for this guide. I would somehow make it fit somehow and maybe put something on the side here. So this would be my ultimate little freebie that I'm going to offer, from a mom of twins, I don't know, 2-year-olds. And then I would put something like proven tactics that actually work. Okay, so again, having some kind of like really nice, engaging front cover, and then you can build off of that inside. So if you click the down arrow, you can use the customized templates here, if that would work for you, or just, I like to use blank and then just build off of that and decide how I want to present this. So that's something that you can do easily. Or you can do it in Google Docs. So Google Docs, again, I created my email list building challenge, so I can show you that. When I first started Twins Mommy, I did all my freebies this way, actually. I'm a writer, so I use Google Docs a lot, actually. So I thought, well, why not I just create my freebies this way? So this is the email list building challenge. If you sign up to this challenge, you'll get this freebie. And what I did is I wrote it out first, and I created the graphic here, this cover image, in Photoshop. But this is something that you can do in Canva too. All right, so but I personally use Photoshop for a lot of my graphics for like ebooks and guides and things like that. So what I did to sort of brand my freebie this way was to use like a header here, a box with the brand color, using my brand fonts, and then making sure to add my URL and my name for branding purposes as well. And then using my brand color for the link. So you can change the link color here, right there. So that is another way to add more branding elements to a Google Doc that you would use for a freebie. All right, so, and I just broke it down. I added, I mean, it's not the prettiest as far as graphs and things like that. And, granted, I'm not the best person to make those types of graphs. I'm more of a writer, so I do have most of my freebies text-based. But if you have a knack for creating beautiful templates and beautiful graphs, planners and things like that, go ahead and use slides or docs for that. Now, if anyone has any questions, just pop them in. I haven't seen any, and I thought I heard some comments, but I'm just showing you this quickly. I want to get this done in about an hour. There's a lot to cover. So if you have any questions about email list building or using ConvertKit, just pop them in and I can get to them today or later today after the live. So yeah, this is, I find, if you're wanting to know what's easier, I find Google Docs the easiest. Just because, like I said, I think of the idea and then I start writing it down in Google Docs, and then it forms that way, and then I can change it and customize it and then create the cover graphic in Photoshop later. And to add that, all you need to do is you need to go to Insert Break. So you need a page break first. So did I put that at the back? Maybe if I put it here. You need a new page. So it's probably at the bottom here. Oh no. Insert page break. Okay. So find a blank page break, and then what you want to do is, oh, it's not giving me the options that I want here. But anyways, once you have that, you're going to place your image inside of here. So you would place your cover image inside of there. I'm sorry if I'm having like a little bit of a tech issue because I'm doing this all differently. Okay, so you would just slide it into the header part, and then at the bottom here you would wrap the text. And everything is like super slow right now, of course. There, wrap the text and then change the margin to 0. And then you would sort of scoot the freebie out a little bit like this. Now, of course, you would do this as the first page of your guide. So I would reserve that first page for this because right now it's multiplying everything right now. But this is basically what you would do, something like that. And it would fit nicely into that. All right. So that's how I would do my my freebies this way. So once you do that, you just save it, download it as a PDF. So you can download the PDF in Docs, and you can download your slide as a PDF. Okay, so let's pretend that we created this very valuable 2-day potty training guide. It has a schedule. It has a list of incentives that you can offer. It has a list of what could go wrong and what happens after the 2 days and how do you keep that up so that they're successful. You have a lot of little tips. And so let's say it's about 5 pages long. And at the end of that page, make sure to point your subscriber to your blog again. So mention your blog, mention some valuable blog posts about potty training, any courses that you have. This could lead into a course of potty training maybe. You can link that as well at the last page. And so that's what I do for my guys, for most of my guys, not all of them, is to use that that page for promoting whatever you want to promote, right? Because email list building is to help you not only grow your email list, but to grow your income, to get those subscribers and nurture them so that they want to get your emails every week and they want to know what you're doing and what you're promoting and what you're creating. Okay, so I downloaded that, and then now what you want to do is you're going to go to ConvertKit and you're going to create a form. Excuse me. So go to New Form, and you're going to create a form here. And what we're going to do, we're going to do an inline opt-in box here. Okay, now there's 3 choices. Right now I'm using, I'm finding that this choice seems to be the less like kink. It doesn't have as many kinks for the new WordPress 5.0 block editor. I really like the look of this because I can create my own image and then just have the little form to drop your name and address. But I'm finding that really hard to tweak into the WordPress editor. But this one seems to work. So let me show you. Let me show you that so we're more successful. So again, this is where you can customize everything with ConvertKit. here you can add your image. So if you have your image, you can slide it in. Sorry, it's on the side here. So you would find an image. Of course, I have a million images here. These are all like, okay, let's pretend that's it. And then you can customize this. So potty train your toddler in 2-day in 2 days, like that. Again, you can change the color to make it more brand specific. I believe that image was way too big, so that's why it's not showing. But you would find the image and optimize it and do all the great stuff. You can change the color of the subscribe box to your brand color. So if you know it off by heart, and then you can make it less round and more square if you want. You can customize this if you want. Like I like to say, you are also subscribing to the twins mommy list, something like that, so that they know that they're not just getting this freebie, but they're also on your list. You can also customize this and put whatever you want as far as marketing that. Okay, so the important part here is that you want to drop that PDF here, that link, so that when they get this email, they can have access to it. And to do that, you need to put that and host that on your blog. So on your blog, log in and go to Media Library. And that PDF that you downloaded, just drag it into your media library. Okay? So like that, and there it is. So you can click on it, and then you can triple click on it here and copy and paste, or right click and copy. Not copy and paste, but copy. And then you can add it to your form here. So triple click, erase, and then paste. And that's what they're going to get, okay? You can also customize the incentive email. I like to put, instead of something as generic as that, is here's your potty training guide. And then I can customize this as well if I wanted to. I can customize what it says here. Grab your potty training guide. And then thanks. I like to put Elna, and then whatever this is mom to mompreneur. Okay, so it will save it. There's no save button, but it'll save it. And you can press save over here. Okay, so you have your form. You've connect the freebie to it. All right, you can customize more of the color and how you want to make this look. Okay, so now the next part is you want to embed this form on your post. So you just go to the embed and you click on this. So let's see how this works. I believe you can put this in your blog post raw like that. So here's my post. So a converting freebie works if you have a blog post that's related to that freebie. These are usually called content upgrades, and I find those are the most converting types of freebies for your blog. And that's how I started Twins Mommy to get my first 1,000 subscribers, is I provided up to, I think, 10 or 11 freebies during that time frame, as well as other tactics, and that helped me grow my email list. So I have this beautiful blog post, and then I'm going to, let me just paste it and see what happens. Nothing, of course. I just started using, I'm going to go to HTML and see if that works. Okay. So then let's preview it. So you have to go to HTML. Oh, there, and there it is. Okay. So for the block, just type in HTML, grab that block, and then you can paste that code in. That's HTML. And I believe if you code in center, does that work? Anyone? You can center your form. Oops. As long as you spell it right. Okay, let's preview. I have another, I'm using MailMunch for this one too. But yeah, I think that's centered. All right. Someone asks, you don't like using double opt-ins when you use an opt-in freebie. It's up to you. If you want to use double opt-in, that's fine. I just went through the process real quickly, so. But there are two tactics to that. There are, if you want to grow your email list rapidly, then you do single opt-in, which means they get it right away. They get your incentive right away. You can do double opt-in as a way to make sure that you're getting the target reader for your blog. I did that for many years, but once I wanted growth as a goal, I started just doing single opt-ins for that. And yes, you do get more unsubscribes, but that's okay. I am nurturing my lists every week with my emails, and I'm pruning my list every 3 months. So those are tactics that you need to do. Okay, so now you have your form, but what if you have a welcome series? Now this is something that I also like to have, because a welcome series helps nurture that new subscriber. Again, if you are doing a single opt-in, you can give them that opt-in right away. ConvertKit will do that. And within an hour, you can give them another email of welcoming them into who you are, what your blog is about. And that seems to help slow down that unsubscribe rate for a single opt-in strategy that you're using. So with ConvertKit, you can go to sequences and you can start a new sequence. So welcome, I'm just going to put 2 because I already have a welcome series. And then you can create your sequence emails that way. So the first one I like to send right away. So it's going to send with your incentive that you give them. I don't think this goes in hours, just goes by days. So then you would write, you know, welcome to Mompreneur, and then this is where you can tell them all about you. This is good to do storytelling. Tell them who you are, how you started your blog, and then how that blog can help your readers. You really need those features in that welcome series email, and then make sure to tell them how do they whitelist you. So go through that process to make sure in Gmail, so that your emails don't go into the subscribers promotion tab in Gmail. You want them to put you on their whitelist and contacts and all that. So tell them that as well. And then you can, at the end, ask them a question. You can tell them to like your Facebook page or to fill out this poll or whatever you want to do to lead them. I like to have more than one email for my welcome series. I have a few. So then I tell them, you know, wait until tomorrow or wait in a few days when I'll share with you my #1 tip for whatever it is. All right, so you have that. So then how do you connect this to your sequence? I believe you do that in automations. So in ConvertKit, there are visual automations here. And you can start a visual automation, which is quite nice because you can see how this process goes. So if you click on a new automation, you have to sort of think about the subscriber in that process. So we're going to create, as soon as they join a form, okay, so they're going to join whatever that form we created, which I don't think it's saved. So let's pretend that they joined the Side Hustle Promotion Kit, which is our potty training guide. So we're going to add the event. I want them to get, what's an event? I want them to get tagged. This is up to you how you want to set this, but I do like to tag my subscribers based on what form they're opting in. So I might send an email list to only the people that subscribe to any kind of Pinterest freebies and just talk about some kind of Pinterest webinar that I saw. Or I might tag my subscribers that joined any kind of email list freebies and talk about just specifically email list. So I tag them, and then so I would create the tag, whatever that tag is, and then tag them. So let's tag them for this. So we're going to add that. And then they're going to join an email sequence right here. So then go to the welcome series, okay? So that's how you connect the form to the process of getting them into that welcome series. Or maybe you have a funnel, a funnel for one of your products. Well, then go through that process of what you want them to do. Maybe you have a little email of like some tips. So that's in a one or two welcome, you call it a welcome series, and then you funnel them into your product funnel. Okay. So that's how you set that up. But on the blog's end, you have now your form so that when people go to it, you're going to make it enticing with your blog post, and then they're going to sign up. All right. So I think I covered all those tips. I don't know if anyone else has any other questions. Hi, everyone. Okay. Okay. Hi. Okay, so that's the process. Now with the email list building challenge, I believe the way to start growing your email list is to create more freebies. So what's great with ConvertKit is that you can have multiple freebies or multiple forms on one blog. So that's just one. And so in a week, you're going to create, I think, at least two, and then you're going to heavily promote that in different ways. So make sure you grab the email list building challenge guide because I show you what to do in that week. But I did want to show this training video to show you the process of like, how do you create those freebies, and then how do you sync it to your blog and to your email service provider. So I hope that was helpful. If you guys have any questions about that process, just pop them in. But yeah, so that's that. I hope you found that helpful. And I'm going to be doing some prompts throughout the week for the email list building challenge so that you can share your freebie. We can start growing our email list together, and any kind of Q&A threads as well. All right. So thanks so much for hanging out with me. Go over to twinsmommy.com, email list building challenge, and sign up. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.